Hello, artists! I'm so excited that today we're going to start another page in your fossil discovery book. This page is going to introduce the reader to your paleontologist. Now, the fun thing about your story, even though you haven't written it yet, is that your paleontologist gets to be whoever you want. Maybe the paleontologist looks like you, and it's a story of you if you were a paleontologist and you're imagining discovering this amazing fossil. Maybe it's somebody entirely different. It's really your choice. And because you have so much freedom, I'm actually going to draw two paleontologists to give you some more ideas about some more ways to make your paleontologist look creative and unique. But please remember, you only need to do one of these. So go ahead and get a piece of paper ready, and you're going to follow along with me. And every time you get a fun idea, go ahead and add it. But remember, one tip, no matter what you're doing, you're going to draw light until you get it right. That means your pencil should just barely touch the paper the whole time you're drawing. Don't push hard, just lightly sketch, lightly draw. That way you can erase it when you have a change you want to make. And there are some lines that you're going to need to erase anyway, because we just use them as artists to know what to do and where to draw. So, we're going to give our paleontologist a portrait, just like the portraits of yourself, our self-portraits that we practiced earlier on in the year. So just about as much of me as you can see, that's about as much as you'll draw for your paleontologist. So just like with our self-portraits, we're going to start with an oval for our head shape. So I'm going to go ahead and make my oval right here. And like I said, I'm going to be doing two paleontologists so that you can make some choices. Okay, and now I want to go ahead and give my paleontologist shoulder and neck. Neck and shoulder, I guess. So I'm going to find my head, and I don't want my paleontologist to have a skinny chicken neck. I want it to have a strong neck. So I'm going to go ahead and make it off to the side. Then some shoulders that go out and down. Okay, and maybe those ones I think I could do a little better. Now that you've seen me do it once, go ahead and do it for yourself. Give yourself a neck, some shoulders, and go down. All right, now we have paleontologists ready to go. So we're going to start putting in our facial features. And remember, we want to make our guideline X. And make sure you draw very, 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 very light. See how you can just barely see it on my whiteboard? I want you to do the same thing. Make it super light so you can just barely, barely, barely see it. Right down the middle, and right across the middle. Now this line is where our eyes are going to go. This is an important thing to note. If you're going to use glasses in your paleontologist, like mine, like I wear glasses, you'll want to make sure that you leave space for it. So I'm going to go ahead and put in two rainbows, and then underneath rainbows to give us the shape of our eye on both sides. And now I want to start adding more of the details for the eyes. The pupils and the irises. So a circle with a circle inside on both of those. And now your paleontologist might wear glasses. One of mine is going to have glasses and one won't. This one will have glasses. So to make glasses, since it's a scientist, I'm going to make it easy on myself and just make them round, not as fancy as mine. I'm going to make a big circle that goes around my eyes. And then I'm going to do a very thin line on the inside of that circle. To connect my glasses, I need what's called a bridge. That's a little line that goes right in the middle. And then we're not going to put in the armbands until we have our ears in place. Let's go ahead and add some other details. Let's add our nose and then our mouth. So for our noses, I taught you some fun ways to do noses last time. You can use one of those. As a reminder, one of the ways is to make a little U. And then on the sides of the U, make two little C's, one that goes one way and one that goes the other way. Oh, that's a cute nose. On this nose, I think I'm going to do it differently. For this nose, I think I'll add an L-shaped nose. Yeah, I like that nose. Okay, now let's give some mouths to our paleontologist. You pick a mouth. This is a fun opportunity because maybe you want your paleontologist to have a mustache. I'm going to give this one a mustache. If you do want to give him a mustache, watch what I'm going to do. I can make it go out to one side and then have a zigzag line. And that looks like a cool mustache. That looks like a very science-y mustache. Or maybe you could even have the nose, I'm going to erase this so I can show you a different type. Maybe it can swoop into a swirly. That's pretty fun, but keep in mind whatever mustache you draw, you're going to have to draw it a lot. So I'm going to go back to my zigzag mustache for this one. And this paleontologist won't have a mustache. Instead, I'm going to start her mouth. I'm going to give her a curve because she's happy. And I'm going to do another curve underneath to show that the mouth is open. That looks cute. And I want him to have an open mouth too. Now inside the open mouth, if you have an open mouth, maybe your paleontologist isn't smiling with an open mouth. Maybe they have a frown because they're always very serious. Or maybe their mouth is smiling, but it doesn't have anything going on. Or maybe they even have a tongue sticking out. Up to you, whatever kind of mouth you want to do. For her, I'm going to give her a tongue by making a little M shape. And for him, I'm going to give him some teeth by making a line across the bottom with up and down lines. Okay. All right. So far I like this one a little bit better. He's kind of scaring me a little bit. I need to add some more details to him. Let's add our hair and then our eyebrows. All right, so let's start on this oh, not hair, I'm sorry. Our paleontologists work outside in the sun. And so to keep themselves cool, they need to wear hats. And a lot of paleontologists have similar hats. They always have a big brim. Brim is the part of the hat that sticks out. So to do that, I'm going to draw a curved line. I'm going to go outside his head, make a curved line that goes in front and go across. Kind of looks like he's got a rainbow across his head. And then I'm going to do one more right on top of that. Make sure it's thin. That's a very thin line. Then this line is going to curve back in, curve back in. Okay, we've got our brim, and we're going to do a brimmed hat on this paleontologist too. Curved line, a curved line, connect it back, and then connect it back. And now for his hat, I'm going to have a curved line that goes over his head and a kind of wavy line to make the explorer hat. And hers is going to be a more traditional explorer hat where I'm just going to make a big circle that goes on top. Now it's time for me to erase. So I'm going to get my eraser and erase some of these lines. I want to erase this one. And you want to erase this little line right there. Erase this line. little line. I think his hat could be a little bit bigger. I'm going to make it bigger. Good thing I'm using an eraser, right? I like that better. Okay. So next, now we can add in some hair. He's going to have hair that comes down in front of his face that zigzags, just like his mustache. Zigzag hair. Okay, and then give him some ears with curvy lines. Maybe the hair zigzags all the way to the ears. And now he needs eyebrows. He desperately needs eyebrows. So I'm going to give him a line. And he's already looking better with those eyebrows. Didn't that do some magic? Now let's go over to her and give her some hair and some ears and some eyebrows. Her hair is going to swoop in front of her face. Do you see how mine swoops in front of my face? I'm going to do the same thing for her. If you have bangs, maybe your hair could hang down in bangs like his. It's going to swoop to the side and then swoop to the other side. That looks nice. Give her her ears. Now if you have glasses, once you've drawn the ears, it's time to connect the glasses to the ears. You're going to make a little line that goes up to your ears. This is also a good way for you to make sure your glasses aren't too high on the head, because they'll look funny when you add the line. All right, they're looking pretty good. Now she's going to have a ponytail. If you have a scientist with long hair, you can either draw the long hair down the side like this. See how nice that looks? Or you can give them a ponytail or a braid by giving them hair on just one side. So mine's going to have a ponytail. It's going to curve out like a big teardrop shape. That's nice. And then if you want, you can even give them accessories. Like I'm going to give him a big earring. One of my favorite paleontologists is a guy with a long earring. And I'm going to give her bone-shaped earrings. They don't have to have earrings though. Little bones. I would wear bone earrings if I was a paleontologist. Okay, now let's give them their clothes before my time runs out. Neither of them have a real shirt yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to their neck and make a V. And then at the bottom, from these lines that I used to make the V, I'm going to make a triangle. And that makes a collared shirt, just like you wear at school. A V and a triangle. Then you need a line that goes down. Let's have that line go all the way down, actually, because paleontologist shirts are buttoned open. And put some buttons on the side. Now your paleontologist needs something on both sides. One of the sides is going to have a name tag, and one of the sides is going to have a pocket full of their tools. So I'm going to have my side with my name tag right here. And this is where you'd put your paleontologist's name. This one is going to be Dr. Bob. And then a line for our tools. Paleontologists have a lot of different tools. One of them is a brush that they use to sweep the dirt off of a fossil. So I'm going to go ahead and make a line up and make my brush look kind of like a paintbrush. Another tool that a paleontologist has is a pencil, so they can make notes. They'll go make two lines, a zigzag. And see how I can't see everything? It's because the rest of it's in this pocket. And then I'm going to give him one more tool. I'm going to give him a chisel. So that's going to look like that. All right, now let's give this doctor her name tag. She's going to be Dr. Hendricks. That's me. I don't have room, so it's going to be Hendry, I guess. And here's her pocket. Line down, a V in the middle. And her tools are going to be, now we're going to stick with the small tools that can fit in a pocket, even though they use big tools like pick